Hello friends, today we are read The Power of Subconscious Mind Chapter 2 How Your Mind Works. Your mind is a very most precious position. It is always with you, but its most amazing power will be your only when you have learned how to use it. As we have seen, there are two levels to your mind, the conscious and relative level and the subconscious or irrelative level. You think with your conscious mind, and whatever you habitually think sink down into your subconscious mind, which then create according to the nature of your thoughts. Your subconscious mind is the set of your emotions. It is a creative mind. If you think good, good will follow. If you think evil, evil will follow. This is the way your mind works. The most important point to remember is this: one of the subconscious mind accept an idea, it began to execute it. It is an astronomish and subtitle to that law of subconscious mind work for good and bad idea alike. This law, when applied in a negative way, it is cause of failure, frustration, unhappiness. When your habitual thinking is harmonious and constructive, however, you experience perfect health, success, and prosperity. Peace of mind and a healthy body are inevitable once you begin the things and feel in the right way. Whatever you claim mentally and feel as true, your subconscious mind will accept, bring forth into your experience. All you have to do is rest, get your subconscious mind to accept your idea. Once that happens, the law of your subconscious mind will bring forth the health, peace, and prosperity you desire. You will the command or desire, and your subconscious mind will fulfill, reproduce the idea, impress upon it. The law of your mind is this: the reaction or response you get for your subconscious mind will be determined by the nature of your thought or idea you hold in your subconscious. The psychologists and psychiatrists point out that when thoughts are conveyed to the subconscious mind, the impressions are made in the brain cell. As soon as your subconscious accepts any idea, it proceeds to put it into effect immediately. Working by association of idea, it uses every bit of knowledge that you have gathered in your lifetime to bring about its purpose. It draws on the infinite power, energy, wisdom within you. It lines up all the law of nature to get its way. Sometimes it seems to bring about an immediate solution to your difficulty, but at other time it may take days, weeks, or longer. It away the past find. The difference between subconscious and conscious mind. You must remember that the conscious and subconscious are not two minds. They are mostly two spheres of activity within one mind. Your conscious mind is the reason behind. It is a phase of mind to choose. For example, you choose your book, your home, your partner in life. You make all decisions with your conscious mind. On the other hand, without any conscious choice of your part, your heart is keep functioning automatically. The vital function of your digestive system, circulation, breathing are carried on by your subconscious mind through process independently on your conscious control. Your subconscious mind accepts what is impressed upon it or what you consciously believe. It does not reason think out as your conscious mind does, and it does not argue with your conscious versely. Your subconscious mind is like a bed of soil that accepts any kind of seed, good or bad. Your thoughts are active, they are the seeds. Negative, destructive thought continue to work negativity in your subconscious mind. Sooner or later, they will emerge and take shape as outer experience that correspond to their content. Remember, your subconscious mind does not engage in proving whatever you thought or good or bad, true or false. Its response according to the nature of your thought or suggestion. For example, if you consciously assume that something is true, even thought is maybe false, your subconscious mind will accept it as true or proceed to being about result that must be necessary follow because you consciously assume it will be true. Experimental by psychologist. The psychologist and other have performed countless experiments on people who are in a hypnotic trance. This research shows clearly that the subconscious mind does not make the selection and comparison that are necessary for a reasoning process. Your subconscious mind will accept any suggestion and however false. Hence, one accepted any suggestion, it responds according to the nature of the suggestion given. They illustrate how suggestible your subconscious mind is. If a practice hypnotic suggests to one of her subjects that she is Napoleon Bonaparte, or even a cat, or even a dog, or subject will act on the pan with imitable occurrence. Her permanently become change of this time. She believe herself to be whatever the operator tell her she is. The skilled hypnotic may suggest to one of his students in the hypnotic state that her back ache, to another that he nose is bleeding, or to another she is a noble statue, or another that she is freezing, or temperature is below zero. Each one will follow out the line of his particular suggestion, totally oblivious to all those surroundings that do not pertain to the hypnotic suggestion. This simply illustration portrays the difference between two conscious reasoning mind and your subconscious mind, which is impersonal, not selective, accept all true whatever your conscious mind believe to be true. Hence the importance of the selection thought, idea or premises that blaze, heal, inspire and fill your soul with joy. The term of objective and subjective mind clarify. Yes, your conscious mind is sometimes referred to as your subjective mind because it deals with outward object, and the objective mind is aware of the objective worlds. The media of observation are your 5-year physical sense. Your objective mind is your guide, director in your contact with your environment. You gain knowledge through your 5 senses. Your objective mind learns through observation, experience and education. As previously pointed out, the greatest function of objective mind is that the reason. Suppose you are one of the hundred of thousands of terrorists who visit the ground canvas every year. You would come to the conclusion that it is one of the most amazing nature wonder. This conclusion would be based on your observation of its incredible depth, the complex shape of rock formation, the beautiful play of color among the different geological states. This is the working your objective mind. Your subconscious mind is often referred to as your subjective mind. Your subjective mind is aware of environment, but not it mean to the physical sense. Your subjective mind perceives by intuition. This is a set of your emotions and storehouse of your memory. Your subjective mind performs its highest function when your objective senses are not functioning. In other words, it is that intelligence that makes itself known when the subjective mind is suspended or in a sleepy or drowsy state. Your subjective mind sees without the use of natural organ of vision. It has the capacity of clairvoyance and clairaudience. It can see and heal events that are taking place whatever elsever. Your subjective mind can leave your body, travel to distant land, and bring back information that is often the most exact, truthful character. Without your subjective mind, you can read the thought of other, read the content of sealed envelope or closed book or newspaper. Once we understand the interaction of the objective and subjective mind, we are the better position to learn true art of prayer. The subconscious cannot reason like your conscious mind. Your subconsciously mind does not have the ability to argue or disrupt it is told. If you give it wrong information, it will accept it as true. It will then work to make that information correct. It will bring your suggestion, even those that were false, to pass as condition, experience, and event. Everything that has happened to you happened because of thought impressed on your subconscious mind through belief. If you have communicated wrong or destroyed concept to your subconscious mind, it is the most urgent and important to correct them. The sure way to do this is to repeatedly give your subconscious mind constructive, harmonious thought. As though as are frequently repeated, your subconscious mind accepts them. In this way, you can form new, healthier habit of thought of life. If your subconscious mind is the set of habit, the habitual thinking of your conscious mind establish deep groove in your subconscious mind. If your habitual thought of harmony, peaceful, constructive, your subconscious mind will be responsive by creative harmony, peace, and constructive condition. Have you fallen prey to fear, worry, other instructive form of thinking? The remedy is to recognize the power of your subconscious mind. Decrease freedom, happiness, perfect health. Your subconscious mind, being a creative one with your divine source, will then start to create the freedom and happiness you have earnestly decreased. The tremendous power of suggestion. As you can see that what we have already discussed, your conscious mind serves as a watchman at the gate. One of its most crucial function is to protect your subconscious mind from false impression. The reason this is important goes back to one of the basic law of mind. The subconscious mind is very sensitive to suggestion. As you know, your subconscious mind does not make compromise or contract. It doesn't reason the thing or think out for itself. This this later function belong to your conscious mind. No, your subconscious mind simply react to the impression given to it by your conscious mind. It does not pick choose among different courses of action. It merely take what it is given. The suggestion is a tremendously powerful force. Imagine that you are on board a ship that is rocking a platform side to side. Your approach at time, looking, follow passenger to say, "Gee, you don't look so hot. Your face is practically green. I'm afraid you are about to be seasick. Can I help you to your cabin?" The passenger turned pale. The suggestion you just made about seasickness linked up with her own fear and foreboded. She let you assort her down below deck. Once it is there, your negative suggestion will be she accepted come true. Different reaction to that same suggestion. It is important that realize that different people will react in different way to the same suggestion. This is because they have different subconscious condition or belief. Suppose instead of choosing a fallen passenger of the ship, you go up to a member of the crew and say, "Hey buddy, you didn't look so great. Do you think you are about to be seasick?" Depend on the cylinder temperature. The solitaire had no fear to sickness. He had convinced himself of his immunity, so the negative suggestion had no power to invoke fear. But your fellow passenger already worried about becoming a sick. Therefore, your suggestion had power over her. All of us has own inner fear, belief, opinion. This inner assumption rule and grow our life. A suggestion has no power in or out of itself. Yet the power rise from the fact that you accept it mentally. Only at the point do you subconscious power being to act according to the nature of your suggestion. How he lost his arm. For many years I gave a regular series of lecture of the London True Forms in Caxton Hall, which I found a number of years ago. Dr. Eleven Fell The director told me about a man whose young daughter suffered from the both crippling hemorrhoid arthritic and the disfiguring and painful skin condition called psoriasis. They tried many treatments, but nothing the doctor will seem to help. The man was near despair. Over and over he said to himself and his friend, I would give my right arm to see my daughter cure. According to Dr. Field, one day the family was out for a drive. Their car was involved in a head-on collision. The father's right arm will turn off at the shoulder. When he came home from the hospital, he discovered that his daughter's arthritic and skin condition has vanished. You must be very careful to give your subconsciously only this suggestion that heal, bless, elevate, and inspire you in all your way. Remember, your subconscious mind doesn't understand a joke. It takes you at your word. How auto-suggestion beneath fear. A term auto-suggestion means suggestion something defined and specific to oneself, like you tool wrongly use it can cause harm, but usually property it can be extremely helpful. Janet R. was a talented young singer. She was invited to try out for an important role in opera production. She desperately wanted to audition, but she was only terribly apprehensive. 3 times before she had sung the director, she had failed miserable. The reason was fear of failing. She had a powerful voice, but she had been saying to herself, what the time come from me to sing, I will sing awful. I will never get the role. They won't like me. They will wonder how I have to know even to try out. I will go, but I know it will be a failure. Her subconscious mind accepts this auto-suggestion as a request. I proceeded to manifest them, bring them into her experience. The cause was an involuntary auto-suggestion. Her fear had become emotionalized and subjectified through that its turn became her reality. His young singer was able to overcome the fear of her negative auto-suggestion. She accomplished this by continuous term with the positive auto-suggestion. What she did was this. 3 times a day, she went alone into a quiet room and sat down comfortably in an armchair. Relax her body, close her eyes. She stilled her mind and body at the best she could. Physical interior follow mentally positivity. Render the mind more receptive of suggestion. The counteroffer and fear suggestion. She repeat to herself, I sing beautifully. I am poised, serene, confident, and calm. At each sitting, she repeat his statement slowly, quietly, and was feeling from 5 to 10 times. She had 3 such sittings during the day and once immediately before going to sleep. After 1 week, she was completely poised and confident. When the fateful day came, she gave a wonderful audition. Was cause in the part. How she restored her memory. A woman, several 5 have always been proud of her ability to remember. Like everyone, she forgot things now and then, but she paid no attention. However, as she got older, she began to notice this occasion and worry about them. Each time she forgot something, she said herself, I must be losing my memory because of my age. As a result of this negative auto-suggestion, more and more names and events slipped her mind. She was close as depressed. Fortunately, she realized how she was demanding herself. She resolved to reverse the process. Every time she felt the temptation of to thinking I'm losing my mind, she stopped herself. More than that, she deliberately reversed the process. Several times a day, she practiced introduced positive auto-suggestion. She said to herself, from today onward, my memory is improving in every way. I will always remember whatever I need to know at every moment of time and point of space. The impression I receive will be clear and defined. I will retain them automatically and easily. Whatever I want to recall will immediately present itself in the correction form of in my mind. I am improving rapidly every day. Very soon my memory will be better than it has ever been before. At the end of 3 weeks, her memory was back to normal. How we overcome a nasty temper. I was consulted by a man whose marriage and career were both in serious trouble. Huge D problem was his constant irritable and bad temper. He was concerned about this himself, but it almost tried to discuss it with his explore and anger. He constantly told himself that everyone was big on him and that he had no defined himself against them. To counter this negative autosuggestion, I advise him to use positive autosuggestion several times a day, morning or noon and at night period of to sleep. He was the repeat to himself, from now on I shall grow more good, honor, joy, happiness and clearfulness are not being very normal state of mind. Every day I am becoming more and more valuable and understanding. I will be the central cheers and goodwill to all those around me. Invention that will not good inspire. This happy, joyous, cheerful mood is now becoming my normal, natural state of mind. I am grateful after a month. As his wife, his co-worker remind on how much easier his was to get among this. Some command on heterosuggestion. A term heterosuggestion means the suggestion from another person in any age, all age, in every part of the world. The power of suggestion has played a demonic part in the life through of humankind. The political creed, religious belief, culture, custom all flourish and perpetuated themselves through the power of autosuggestion. The suggestion can be used as a tool to discipline and control ourselves. However, it can also be used to take control and command over others who had not been taught to understand the law of mind. In this constructive form, it is wonderful and magnificent. In its negative aspect, it is one of the most destructive all the responsive pattern of the mind. Its result can be enduring pattern of the misery, failure and suffering, sickness, disaster. Have you accepted any of this? From the day we are born, we are bombarded with negative suggestion, not knowing how to counter them. We unconsciously accept them, bring into being our experience. Have you some example of negative suggestion? You can't, you will never amount to anything. You must, you will fail. You haven't got a chance. You are all wrong. It's not use. It's not what you know, but who you know. What the use? Nobody cares. There's no point in trying so hard. This is too old now. Things are getting worse and worse. Life and endless migrate. You just can't give. Watch out, you will catch a terrible disease. By accepting auto-suggestion of this kind, you collaborative in bring them to pass. As a child, you were helpless when faced with the suggestion of others who were important to you. You didn't know any better. The mind, both conscious and unconscious, was a mystery you did not even wonder about. As a result, however, you are able to make choices. You can use constructive autosuggestion, which is a reconditioning therapy, to change the impression made on you in the past. The first step is to make yourself aware of autosuggestion that you operate on you and examine. They are create behavior patterns that cause failure in your personal and social life. Constructive autosuggestion can release you from the mass of negative verbal condition that might otherwise destroy your life pattern, make development of good habit difficult or even impossible. You can counteract negative autosuggestion Pick up the paper and turn on the television news. Every day you hear dozens of stories that could sow seed of fulfilled fear, worry, anxiety, in impending doom. If you accept them, take them in, the thought of fear can cause you to lose will be of your life. Whatever, once you understand that you do not have to accept them, choices upon up for you. You have within you the power of counteract all this destructive idea by giving your subconscious mind constructively auto-suggestion. Check regularly on the negative suggestion that people make to you. You do not have to be at the mercy of destructive auto-suggestion. All of us have suffered from it in our childhood, in our teens and adulthood. If you look back, you can easily recall how parent, friend, relative, teacher, associated contributed in the company of such negative suggestion. Study the thing said to you. Closely examine their underlying meaning, and you will discover that many of them were nothing more than the form of propaganda. Its complete purpose was it is to control you by installing fear in you. The hypnosuggestion process goes on in every home, office, factory, and club. You will find that many of the autosuggestion people make, whatever they know it or not, are aimed at make you think, feel, act they want to in way that are their advantage, even if they are destructive to you. How suggestion killed a man. A distant relative of mine went to celebrated crystal gaze in the India. Asked the woman to read his failure. The Sikh told him that he had a bad heart. He predicted that he could die in the next few moons. My relative was aghast. He called up everyone in his family and told them about the prediction. He met with his lawyer to make sure that he will up to date. When I tried to talk to out his conviction, he told me that crystal gaze was known to have amazing occulted power. He could do great good and harm to those she dealt with. He was convinced of truth of this. As the new moon approached, he became more and more withdrawn. A month before, man had been happy, healthy, vigorous, robust. Now he was an invalid. On the predicted date, he suffered a fatal heart attack. He died on knowing he was the cause of his own death. Now many of us has here similar story, shivering a little at the thought the world will follow the miserable uncontrollable force. Yes, the world is full of force, but they are neither mysterious or not uncontrollable. My relative killed himself by allowing a powerful suggestion to enter in his subconscious mind. He believed in that crystal gaze power, so he accepted this prediction completely. Let us take another look at what happened, knowing what we do about why the subconscious mind works. Whatever the conscious and reasoning mind of a person believes, the subconscious mind will accept act upon. My relative was in suggestion state when he went to see the fortune teller. She gave him a negative suggestion and he accepted. He became terrified. He contractly reminded on his conviction that he was going to die at the next few moon. He told everyone about it and he prepared for his end. It was his own fear, exception of the end, except the true by his subconscious mind that thought about his death. The woman predicted his death has no more power than the stone and stick in the field. Her suggestion in itself had no power to bring about in his suggestion. If he had known the law of his mind, he would have completely rejected to negative suggestion, refused to give her word any attention. He could have gone about the business of living with the secure knowledge that he was governed and controlled by his own thought and feeling. The prophecy of the Sikh would have been like a rubber ball thrown at the arm tank. He could have easily neutralized and dissipate her suggestion with no harm to himself. Instead, thought lack of awareness and knowledge he allowed to kill him. In themselves, the suggestion of others have no power over you. Whatever power they have, they gain because you give it to them. Thought you own thought. You have to give your mental consent. You have to enter and accept the thought. At the point it becomes your own thought, your subconscious work to bring it into experience. Remember, you have the capacity to choose life, choose love, choose health. The power of an assumed major premises. Since the day of ancient Greece, psychologist, philosopher, logistic has said study from a reasoning called a syllogism. Your mind reason a syllogism in practical term. This means that whatever major premises your conscious mind assume to be true, determine the conclusion your subconscious mind will come to. No matter what is particular question or problem might be, if your premises are true, the conclusion must be true. For example, every virtue is praiseworthy. Kindness is a virtue, therefore kindness is a praiseworthy. Or this, all formed things change and pass away. The pyramid of Egypt are formed things, therefore the pyramid will change and pass away. The first statement is referred to as a major premises, and the right conclusion must necessarily follow the right premise. A college professor was attained some of any science on mind. Lecture in New York City town hall. Come to speak with his forward. He told me, everything in my life is topsy-turvy. I have lost health, wealth, friend. Everything I touched turned out wrong. I explained to him this the problem follow logically and directly from his self-destructive major premises that changed his life. He had to establish a new major premise in his thinking. He needed to accept as to the conviction that divine, infinite intelligence and his subconscious mind was guided, directing and prospering him spiritually, mentally and materially. When he did that, his subconscious mind would automatically direct him wisely in his direction, heal his body and restore him mind and peace and tranquility. His process formulated as our overall picture of the way he wanted his life to be. This was his major premise. Infinite intelligence lead and guide me as all my way. Perfect health is mine. The law of harmony operate in my mind, body, love, beauty, peace, abundance of mind. The principle of right action, divine order grew my entire life. I know my major premises is based on the eternal truth of life. I know, feel and believe that my subconscious mind responds according to the nature of my conscious mind thinking. Later he brought me following process report. I represent the statement of my major promises slowly, quietly and lovingly several times a day. I knew that they were sinking deep down into my subconscious mind. I was convinced that the law of mind has result must follow. I am deeply grateful for the interview you gave me. I would like to add that all department of my life and change for the better it work. The subconscious does not argue consciously. Your subconscious mind is all wise. It knows the answer of all your questions. However, it does not know what it is know. It does not argue with you or talk back to you. It does not say you must not impress me with suggestion of that sort. When you say I can't do it, I am too old now. I can't meet the obligation. It's born on wrong side that track. I don't know the right politician. You are pregnant your subconscious mind in negative thought. It responds accordingly. You are actually blocking your own good. You are bring lack, limitation and frustration into life. When you set up obstacle, impediment and delay in your conscious mind, you are dying to wisdom and intelligence resident in your subconscious mind. You are actually saying in effect that your subconscious mind cannot solve your problem. This is lead to mental and emotional congestion. Follow the sickness and neurative tenderest. I realize your desire and overcome your frustration. Affirm boldly several times a day. Infinitely intelligence that give me that desire, leading and guide, and several to me to perfect plan for the unfolding of your desire. I know the deeper wisdom of the subconscious mind is not responding, and what I feel, claim within a expression in the without. This is the balance and equilibrium, equanimity. On the other hand, if you say there is no way out, I am lost. There is no way out of this dilemma. I am a stalemate and block. You will get no answer or response from your subconscious mind. If you want to subconscious mind to work for you, you have to give it the right request and get in cooperate. It will always working for you. It is controlling your heartbeat, breathing this minute. When you cut your finger, it is the motion, that complex process of healing. The most fundamental tendrum is life word. It is a forward seek to take care of you and preserve you. Your subconscious has a mind to of its own work. It is accept your pattern of thought, imaginary. When you look for the answer to a problem, your subconscious will respond, but it expect you to come to the decision and true judgment in your conscious mind. You must knowingly that the answer in your subconscious mind, it is say, I don't think there is any way out. I am all mixed up, the confusion. Why don't I get an answer? You are neutralize your prayer. Like the soldier making time, you use up vital energy but do not move forward. Still the will of your mind relax. Let go. Quarterly affirm. My subconscious mind know the answer. It is a responding to me now. I give thanks because I know the infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind. All things it reveal the perfect answer to me now. My real conviction is now sitting free and majority and glory of my subconscious mind. I rejoice that it is so. Review of highlight. Think good, think follow. Think evil, evil follow. You are with you. Thank all day long. Your subconscious mind does not argue with you. It accepts what your conscious mind decrees. If you say, I can't afford it, your subconscious mind work make it true. Select a better thought. Discrete. I will buy it except in all my mind. I have the power to choose. Choose health and happy. You can choose to be friendly. You can choose to be unfriendly. Choose to be cooperative, joyous, friendly, lovable, and the whole world will respond. This is the best way to develop the wonderful personality. Your conscious mind is a watchman at the gate. Its chief function is to protect your subconscious mind for false impression. Choose to believe that something good can happen, and it's happening now. Your greatest power is your capacity to choose. Choose happiness and abundance. The suggestion and statement of others have no power to hurt you. The only power is the movement of your own thought. You can choose to reject the thought and statement of other and affirm to good. You have the power to choose how you will react. Watch what you say. You have to account for every idle word. Never say, I will fail, I will lose my job, I can't pay the rent. Your subconscious cannot like a joke. It's bring all things to pass. Your mind is not evil. No force of nature is evil. It depends on how you use the power of nature. Use your mind to bless, heal, and inspire all people everywhere. Never say, I can't. Overcome that fear by substituting the following. I can do all things through the power of my own subconscious mind. Being the thing from the standpoint of the entire truth and the principle of life, not from the standpoint of fear, ignorance, and the superstition. Do not let others do think for you. Choose your own thought and make your own decision. You are the captain of your own soul and the master of your faith. Remember, you have the capacity to choose. Choose life, choose love, choose health, and choose happiness. Whatever your conscious mind assume, believe to be true, your subconscious mind will accept and bring to the pass. Believe is good fortune and divine guidance, right action, all the blessing of your life.